Yeah, best of luck to Kentucky and Coach Stoops. As I've said all week, ton of respect for them and their program and the way they do things. This is when you play this team, like, you have to beat them, and they're physical, they're well coached. We knew that coming into it, and really, really proud of our guys and the way they played. We knew it was going to be a physical football game, and to sit here and having beat Kentucky now 4 straight years is something that I and our entire program take a lot of pride in because of the respect we have for those guys, and that's no small accomplishment to beat that team 4 years in a row. Just so proud of our team, the way they responded this week with the negativity out there, and they just went right back to work. There's perception and there's reality, and we knew where we were as a team and knew we hadn't come close to playing our best and that we needed to be better tonight in all 3 phases. We talked about it last night in our team meeting that, last year up there we did a really good job of playing complementary football, special teams, covering kicks and forcing them to have long fields, defensively getting turnovers, offensively capitalizing on turnovers, and that's what happened tonight. I mean, obviously, when you score twice on defense, you're going to be really hard to beat, and that's what we did. But our players responded throughout the week, preparing for this game. We knew the importance of it. I mean, I'm not an idiot. We knew this was a pretty important game, and our guys responded the right way. Our guys responded tonight to adversity. I mean, give Kentucky credit. They got a redshirt freshman quarterback, and they win the toss. They take the ball, and they run it right down our throats on the first drive and out-physicaled us in that drive, and that was disappointing to see. But then every time adversity happened tonight, we responded, and that's a testament to the culture in our program. They had the opening drive. I think we went right back down the field and scored right after that. We didn't get the fake punt, and then the defense went out there and held them to 3. And then they cut it to a 2-score game, and then we went right back down the field and responded. And then the last drive, I mean, you want to talk about finishing, holy smokes. Like, we didn't finish last week in Missouri, but I'm not sure what time. The players told me we got the ball back with 9 minutes on the clock and just pounded the ball down the field. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what they told me, that it was a 9-minute drive. But whatever it was really freaking good to not have to give the ball back to them anymore after that. Certainly tonight was a great 2 things. The last 3 years that we've beat, or 4 years now that we've beaten them in a row, every game there's been impactful special teams or defensive plays, and tonight was no different with the scores on defense. You guys that have covered us remember we went up there in 2022 and we caused a fumble on the first play of the game with David Spalding and Tonka, and then King Ford blocks a punt that night. 2023, we won here. I can't remember. I know we had a blitz pickup that we picked up to win, to score. 2024, last year up in Lexington, we had the pick 6 by Nick E. And then tonight, 2 scores on defense. So against a really good defense like Kentucky, you've got to be able to make plays like that, and we did. Want to thank our fans. Tonight was just a great statement about our program, in my opinion, and how we responded. Tonight was a great statement about our fan base and why they are the greatest fans in the world. This wasn't one of those sellouts and there's a bunch of empty seats in the upper deck. This was a sellout with not an empty seat in the stadium. And that Gamecock walk was amazing. The noise, how loud they were. I mean, our players responded and our fans responded the right way. So we are so grateful for them. It's a great statement. We wanted to make a statement tonight as a team, and we made a statement about as a team, I thought, and we made a statement about our fan base for sure. Even going back, I know last year there was a thing that came out on social media about the awesome group of people every Friday afternoon at 5:50 p.m. that stand out on Bush River Road and watch our buses come by on the way to the team hotel. And you bet your rear end they were out there yesterday in the rain as those buses came by. So those people, we thank you. We are grateful for you, and that's what Gamecock football is about. I guess there was a wreck or something on 26 because Bush River Road was a parking lot yesterday. Going to the hotel, there were rain storms, and I'm like, are they going to be out there? You bet your rear end they were out there and waving and cheering, and our players even on the bus were like, wow. And that's what our fan base is like. We talked in our team chapel today before we came over. Pastor Jackson, who does an amazing job, talked about when you have adversity, there's the 3 Ps, and I wrote it down to make sure I could say it in here. There's perspective, and we had great perspective about why we were 2-2 and why we hadn't played better and coached better the last 2 weeks. There's perseverance. And that's what we showed, persevering through the adversity of the last couple weeks. And then there's partnership, and we showed how close this team is and how connected they are, playing well in all three phases tonight, making impactful plays on offense, defense, and special teams. So just really, 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 really proud of those guys in there. That's a happy locker room, and it should be. Love coaching this group, and I'm glad they got to experience some success tonight because they deserved it. Questions?
Shane, a little bit of a two-parter. One, no sunglasses right now.
No sunglasses, but we were playing Soldier Boy in the locker room. So,
and two defensive touchdowns. Kind of serious. I mean, did you look at the bye week saying maybe try to get some of those guys over on offense for a little bit?
Well, we gave GK Gerald a game ball. And I told him, look, he was a quarterback in high school, and he was a quarterback to start his career at Tennessee Tech. So you saw his running skills afterwards, and great job. I mean, I think we didn't have a turnover again tonight ourselves on offense, right? Yeah, we didn't turn the ball over. That's 2 games in a row that we haven't done that. That's huge. And then to get them on defense like we did, that was huge. But yeah, to win the turnover battle, we talked about it. Clayton talked about it to the defense last night, David. Like, don't just win the turnover battle. We want to dominate this thing. And there's an old saying with turnovers when they come in bunches. And that was we had to stop the run first. I mean, that running back, Seth, like I said, he and I were at Oklahoma together. A ton of respect for the way he runs the ball. Went for 112 tonight. He's a load, and he's hard to tackle. And with this freshman quarterback that they had, a redshirt freshman quarterback, he's a good player, but we had to make him uncomfortable. Our defense and our crowd, and the only way you can do that is to stop the run. And then when we were able to force them in some passing situations, our guys were certainly opportunistic. What's with the new seat, Lulu?
I know. It was busy. I didn't even
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. No, I like it. You're like ready.
Shane, in the middle here, how do you evaluate the running game tonight, and specifically with Lenore's kind of getting himself going in the run game? And then with Matt Fuller, it seemed like he got all the carries there in the fourth quarter. Is he kind of becoming y'all's top option in that running back room right now?
In regards to the running game, we ran for 178. That's a hell of a lot better than -12 or whatever we were last week, so that's a positive. We ran it 48 times, which I love that. I love the fact that we were out there on that last drive with a couple of those plays, we didn't even have a receiver on the field. We had 4 tight ends out there just playing old school smash mouth football. So it was good. Certainly needs to be better. I thought we missed some cuts looking at it early on. Looking at the tape or on the iPad on the sideline, looked like there were some runs that were maybe blocked a little bit better than what we got out of it. Certainly, Lenore's being able to run for close to 100 yards is good. I wouldn't say that, Jack, necessarily about Matt becoming number one. I mean, we love Oscar, we love Sewell, we love Matt, but Matt was a guy that we wanted to get going. We did that last week. We had a package for him last week where we had 2 running backs on the field at the same time, and that was his role. And then tonight we kind of expanded that role where he was going to be out there with just he being the only running back. And then in the fourth quarter, we felt like everything was under control. And you all right? All right. Felt like everything was under control, and liked the way that Matt came in there and finished the game. He's a load.
Obviously, Lenore's picked up some of those first downs with his legs on scrambles, but was there more of a concerted effort to get him running the ball tonight than previous games this year?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that we had more or less quarterback runs in the game plan tonight that we did last week. A lot of those runs that he had were RPOs where he kept it. It wasn't necessarily a design quarterback run. I don't even know, Hale, I'll have to look back at it. I'm not even sure if we had it, just a one called quarterback run. I mean, there was a couple quarterback draws that he ran in the first half where he had a couple options to throw it, and he ran it on the draw, which he should have. But, no, I mean, he's certainly a weapon when your quarterback can run the ball like he can and make up for a lot of mistakes, if you will. That's a huge thing, and we've got to continue to lean on that, but we've got to be able to get these other running backs going for sure. But to run for 180 on these guys, that's not easy to do because they're stout on defense and do a great job coaching.
Shane, a pretty amazing moment before the game with Connor being the celebrity starter. Everyone's been following his journey and what he's been going through. What was it like for you guys to watch him be back out there at Williams-Brice Stadium after the past few weeks for him and his family?
Yeah, I did not know that until my amazing wife Emily texted me and told me that he was going to be the celebrity starter. Like, I got a lot of stuff on my plate each week that don't tell me who the celebrity starter is. I got other things to worry about, so I didn't even know he was doing that until Emily texted me. I guess he was in the plans maybe to do it, and then one game and he couldn't, or he was. I can't remember, but. So I love Connor. Talked to him last week out in Missouri because I knew he was going home. So called him from the hotel and last week at Missouri, man. I mean, I was just everybody talks about that game he had out there, whatever year that was, 13. And when we got the ball back last week with 6 minutes left, I mean, that popped in my head. Like, we're going to go down the field, we're going to score, we're going to have the game-winning touchdown. It's going to be, a great win like Connor had, and we weren't able to get it done, which I hate. But love what he's about and love him as a person. He's a great friend to me, great friend to this program, and so happy that he's better. And it's a testament to his toughness that, a week ago there was questions on Thursday night about would he even survive. And then 9 days later, he's out here on the field leading the Gamecock chant. I mean, come on, man. That gives me chills thinking about.
Coach, against Vanderbilt in Missouri, defensively, there were a lot of missed tackles tonight. Kentucky had that first drive where they, like you said, ran down your throat. But then after that, I mean, they seemed to lock in pretty well. What was your kind of evaluation of how they played in terms of tackling and then bouncing back from those two previous games?
Yeah, I thought they were good. I mean, we talked about it, Elijah, that we've got to tackle, obviously, but we've got to make sure, okay, if one guy misses the tackle, there's 10 more showing up there in a hurry. And I saw a lot of that tonight where you sit there and say, well, that's a run that's about to pop out of there, and then here comes somebody to get the guy on the ground. So I thought it was great effort to the ball. Not that it wasn't against Missouri or Vandy, but it was really fun watching those guys fly around, and that's who we are. I mean, we looked like how I want this team to be. And we're a young team that continues to get better. We were out two guys that started the game on the offensive line last week, did not play at all tonight. We had 3 true freshmen that started on offense. We're a team that just continues to get better as the season goes with all the youth that we have. We're a team that is getting healthier. And then obviously we did some good stuff on defense tonight to be able to tackle like we did. And I'm sure you got your next question, Elijah, is going to be about the penalties, and it was good to see us only have 5 out there tonight after all the talk about that. Doesn't mean that we've arrived. We've got to continue to keep the penalties down, but it was good to see some of the be better on the pre-snap stuff.
What would you have thought at the beginning of the season if someone told you Vandravius Jacobs was going to be kind of the top wide receiver so far this season?
I would say that it wouldn't shock me because I know people on the outside are quick to say, okay, this is your top guy, here's your next guy, these 2 guys are going to be the leading receivers, and it's not as simple as that. And Nick had 1 catch tonight. Obviously, we want him to get more than 1 catch, but we don't tell Lenoris in the earpiece or in the helmet, hey, throw this ball to Nick. I mean, you take what the defense gives you, and Dre did a great job tonight. We made him a captain tonight because all that kid does is just work. And I would have told you if you had said that back in August that I wouldn't be shocked, just because I feel like we have a, really good receiving room. I mean, looking at this stat sheet, Nick caught 1, Dre caught 1, and then 2 tight ends caught 1, and one of those was on a fake punt. So certainly there's a lot of receivers that I didn't name that are in that room that we have a lot of confidence in, and got to continue to get those guys involved for sure.
So they came out and hit you with 141 yards in the opening quarter, but then it was progressively less each of the next 3 quarters. So how do you feel about how you couldn't stop them early, but then whatever adjustments you guys made defensively, you shut them down the rest of the way with the help of the offense controlling the ball?
Yeah, they did a good job early. We did not. I was disappointed because I felt like the first 2 drives we got out physical, just to be frank, and that was disappointing because we knew it was going to be a physical game. I think some of those runs you give them credit, but also it's a little bit of we got to get off blocks and we got to set the edge better, and and fit some runs a little bit better. And I thought we did that as the night went on. Obviously, it really helped when you got a couple turnovers there in the first half, and we got some momentum going. But I think I wouldn't say it was big corrections. We wanted to be disruptive, and thought Clayton did a great job with the calls, as did Mike Shula tonight with the way that he called that game offensively. And it was good to see our guys step up and finish the second half, and especially the fourth quarter, the right way, offensively and defensively.
Can you talk a little bit about changing kickers? The opening kickoff goes out of bounds, and then the second one almost went out of bounds, though. And then you went with the senior in there, though. But just what were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I would say the one thing that was disappointing tonight was our special teams. I mean, I talked to the team yesterday at our walkthrough about, look, I know how much you want this game. Let's not get out here and all of a sudden start trying to do too much and lose our minds. And we did on special teams. I mean, we signaled for this thing, but I don't know why Nick would do that when Quell's the one catching the ball. Vicari fair caught that last punt where the guy bombed it, and it's got a chance to be maybe an 80-yard return for a touchdown. We run the fake punt, and we don't quite execute it the right way. We kick a ball out of bounds. We weren't very clean tonight on special teams. And Max is a really good kicker. He's a true freshman. He's doing a great job. Yes, the first kick went out of bounds. You can't have it. I mean, that's a bad place to put your offense in position. I mean, that's one of our penalties right there. And then the second one was, we talked about, we're a team that we want to make you return kickoffs. Like, a lot of coaches get up there and just say, bang that thing in the end zone and we'll take it on the 25. Not us. Like, we want to go cover kickoffs. And you saw us do that tonight with Mo Brown, the way he was going down there and making tackles. But we want to be able to recover kickoffs. We got to put it in play, and we wanted to pin these guys in the corner because Kendrick Law is a dangerous returner. I mean, that's one of the keys to the game for us this week, was we couldn't let him get going in the offensively or on special teams. So we wanted to be smart about where we were placing the ball, and we just got a little too aggressive trying to pin it over there in the corner. So put William in there, just wanted to settle Max down a little bit and let William get in there and kick it but total confidence in Max. He's a great young player and will continue to get better.
Two quick ones for you. Did I miss an injury update on anything tonight? And also, Dylan Stewart hasn't had maybe the best games the last couple games, but was really a big difference maker, it seemed like, tonight. How have you seen him kind of respond to the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I don't think I gave you an injury update. I think everybody is okay. Marquis the only one. I haven't even talked to Clint, our trainer. Marquis the one. He hurt his knee on that, I guess, right there on that last drive and had to get helped off. I don't know the status of him. The rest of those guys that got knocked out came back. Kaysen and Nolan didn't play tonight. I would say that we're optimistic for LSU in a couple weeks, but have a better update for you. Do we do the teleconference tomorrow night? Oh, awesome. So I'll have an update for you. Then Steve runs a tight ship. Have an update for you. And I was proud of Dylan. I mean, certainly he hasn't had the impact that he would like in regards to affecting the quarterback. But that also goes back to being able to stop the run. When you give up close to 300 yards rushing like we did last week, it's going to be hard for your pass rushers to be able to get going. So it starts with that. And one of the things we said all week this week was stop the run and have some fun. And we were able to stop the run tonight. And you like that, huh? Stop the run and have some fun. So when you're able to stop the run and force them to throw, we like our chances with him and Brian and JT and all those guys. We got Anthony Addison in there a little bit tonight, Desmond, but proud of Dylan and how he's handled it and played, especially tonight.
Coach, you said tonight was what you wanted to see the team be. How do you carry that going into the bye week and as you get ready to hit the road to Baton Rouge?
Yeah, just keep getting better. I mean, that's why I love this team so much. I walked in the weight room on Monday's our guys' off day, and I walked in the weight room about midday, and Trovon was in the weight room by himself just doing some extra work on his day off. And before I could even say anything to him, he looked at me and he said, "It's a new week. We're going to beat the heck out of Kentucky, and then we're going to go into this off week and get even better. And that was the way that we prepared during the week, the way we practiced during the week, the mentality coming in here, and that's what we've got to continue to be able to do. We've got a lot of work to do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a lot that we'll see from this tape to correct, but to win an SEC game against a really good team by 22 points and make the plays that we did on defense and offensively continuing to see good stuff. It's a lot to build on, got a lot of work to do, and we know the month of October doesn't get any easier, but we're 3-2 coming out of September. We certainly hoped and expected to be 5-0 in a lot of ways, and we're not, but we're 3-2 and got an off week to get healthy and get better and keep working. But like like the start tonight, we talked about, we got Kentucky, and then everything's in front of us, October, November, and beyond. And tonight was a really good start, and certainly a game that we, let's be real, had to have in so many ways. Okay, thank y'all. Thank you, guys.